Guys, the Blue Lagoon are now Chelsea. And not just Chelsea, they're like City as well. Two biggest academies in England at the moment. The quality they have collectively in their squad and some individual players at other clubs could probably have a case, but individually and collectively they have the strongest academies, the strongest youth players. They've got numerous amounts of talent that's good enough to make it, and people that look like they could have a career. Especially Chelsea. Chelsea, like City, well, Chelsea are always winning the FA Youth Cup, the Youth Champions League. They've won it. They bully everything, and all some of their youngsters know is winning. But I have to say this, it must be demoralising as a youngster knowing that academy is just run for profit. It must be demoralising. I know this because I speak to a lot of Chelsea fans. Demoralising to a degree knowing that a club as big as Chelsea, with a prestigious Chelsea league winners like Chelsea, are still saying John Terry is the academy prospect to have come through. Now, of course, I'm not an advocate of just giving youngsters chances for the sake of it. Some are just not good enough and some have to earn their stripes. But a club like Chelsea, there's been a lot of great youngsters. We've now seen they're going to sell off Aki, or if reports are to be believed, he's on the verge of leaving for 20 odd million. Traore went for a big fee, a decent fee. So they're making profits on that regard. But you look at it, 2 years ago, Aki signed a 5-year deal and now he's been sold. He was recalled from his loan spell. I think when he in the tiny appearances he got for Chelsea, I think he took his chance. Yes, he did let silly mistakes and like ball watching and not following his run and let him down. But he's a player I would have taken at Arsenal and a player I would have taken. I see some Chelsea fans happy they've made 3 million profit on some individual players, individual cases. That's ridiculous. Like, I do believe Ake could have been a good player for Chelsea. Traore, I don't believe he was good enough. I believe he can be a good player and he'll have a career, but I think he could have been useful, but if we're honest, he didn't do enough when he got his chances the year before, and he didn't get a lot of chances, but he didn't really take it, and he just doesn't look like he's of the quality yet to make an impact. He could be a squad player but not make an impact, and it is depressing knowing that he said that he doesn't think he's going to have a chance there. And then you've got to look at the people closer to home. I mean, I think Chalobah's got a year left in his contract, 22 years of age or something now. A year left, like I said, made 10 appearances, yes, but around 500 or something minutes. That's not a lot of football. I think Baker made 11 odd appearances, and not Baker, sorry, Loftus-Cheek, 11 odd appearances, played around 340 minutes of football, turns 22 in January, I believe. You've got Baker, who I think is good enough to actually get a spot at Chelsea. He's had a productive loan spell in Holland. He's 22. He now faces a big summer in regards to what's going to happen. Does he go on a proper loan to prove himself, or does he seek pastures new? Tammy Abraham, quite rightly, has to go and reproduce this sort of form or similar to it. Had a stellar year, but has to go and do it again. You don't want to be a one-season wonder. But if he does it again, what's the chances he's going to get a look in? I mean, if reports are to be believed, then they get Lukaku, who has a crazy goal scoring record, or players of that nature. Is he going to get a look in? I mean, he could go and replicate this year, and then still not get a look in. Added to that, I do believe he could have been good enough for backup. I rate Batshuayi highly. I think Batshuayi could be decent if he gets a chance. But they had Tammy at the time. Of course, hindsight's a good thing. Everyone's a genius in hindsight. But things of that nature, I mean, if Chelsea go and make profit on Tammy, which will probably happen if they sell him, you can't fault them. They have a great business model. I mean, they've made money on Salah, Kevin De Bruyne. I think they broke even or whatever. They made money on Lukaku. There's all sorts of players they've made money on. I mean, if players can't make it, you have to praise this. If players are not going to make it here and they make profit, and they've made 50 million on Aki and Traore alone or something, if they're not going to make it here, good business. They get a lot. Chelsea have committed some robbery for some of the players they've sold for the fees. And then I'm looking at the fees they're getting, that's good. Arsenal are getting like 3 million for Gnabry. United do pretty well when they're not selling their players. They pay sell-on clause and things of that nature. And then you're looking at Chelsea as well. Izzy Brown, who should have kept his arse at West Brom, went there, didn't get his chance. Don't think he was good enough, to be honest with you. Now gone to Huddersfield playing full-time. It's not just Chelsea, by the way. It's Arsenal as well. There's a lot of youngsters that have left Arsenal. Gnabry, the biggest person that deserve chances. United are doing the same. It's all of them, but it's Chelsea in particular. And because I was speaking with Chelsea fans, why I felt to do this. City as well. They've got Birem Diaz, I believe. There's a lot of youngsters, but the ones off my head, Diaz killed us at the Emirates, our youth side. Think he could have a future. I haven't seen no chances for him. They've got Garcia. Both the Garcias are decent. Foden and Sancho are a bit young, so it's a bit too early to talk about that. But does the pathway look clear for them? You'd have to argue no. Tosin, one of their centre halves, is arguably looking to leave because of that. Roberts faces a crossroads because he might not get a look in because of who they got. Buckley Ricketts looks decent, but will he get a chance? Who knows? I mean, it is ridiculous. And if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be upset that it's still like, yes, we've won titles. You can't win titles with just fully kids, and I'm not saying you've got to do class of the class that United did with all the kids, but a club like Chelsea to just still have John Terry as that player is ridiculous. There should be a youngster, another youngster there. They've got a young Christensen, I can't say his name, 2 stellar years at Gladbach, 18 months. He looks ready. For me, he's been ready from 18. Now he needs to get a look in. I believe they need a centre-half as well. He faces a big pre-season. He might have to leave if he doesn't make appearances next year, if he stays, or if Conte doesn't rate him. But it is upsetting, to be honest. I'm not even a Chelsea fan. I do have a little bit of hope because, I mean, Conte, wherever you look at it, it does. Stats might not back it up and I may be wrong, but it does look like he's giving more chance to youngsters, or you're at least seeing young faces feature more on the bench or on the pitch slightly more than in recent years at Chelsea. Oh, yeah, and you've seen Solanke go. Solanke looks decent. Admittedly, I didn't rate him at first, but like I've spoken about in several other videos, he looks decent. Of course, Chelsea are making profits. You can't go wrong making a profit. I wish Chelsea could teach Arsenal how to make a profit in that regards. But they've also got some youngsters that could really do something. They've previously had youngsters, and they now got some youngsters that are already there. Names I've said already. Jay De Silva, I think, is a very interesting prospect at left back. Hudson-odui, if I said his name right, is very young, but who knows? It's all about giving people a platform. And if I was a youngster at Chelsea, at some of these other clubs, I'd be very demoralised knowing that no matter how good I am, no matter how much we dominate youth level, etc., etc., I might not ultimately get a chance. In fact, I won't get a chance. It's pretty slim. But yeah, guys, Deluded Gooner signing out. Thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe, follow, share. Yeah, I'm out.